your way down to Centurion today to come and watch the action? Roads are free flowing.
It's a rarity, especially on a Friday. Wait till 4 o'clock though, that'll fill up.
Oh, good par putt from Allison Lee. I didn't know we had traffic cam as well as golf cam.
Can I say my first ever broadcast job was as a... Well, here's a player who's suddenly become a birdie machine, looking like the player we saw at the Aramco Team Series in Riyadh when she went birdie mad. Allison Lee.
Didn't drop a shot. 261s, 29 under par.
Look at that. Look at that. Another gorgeous shot. Looking an approach at the 8th hole.
Here she is. This now. This to get to 6 under. Oh, she's looking good. Looking a bit like she did in Riyadh last year. Making the game look easy.
She's had as many birdies in this round. She's not through 9 holes that she had in the previous Aramco Team Series. Here comes the charging Allison Lee. Par 5 9th now.
Her swing is good enough that she can manufacture the ball low, high, left and right, and you can see just by the scorecard how good she has been today.
Allison Lee, we saw the tee shot laid up to here.
Oh, just one back now with the trials and tribulations of Leona. Made another birdie on 8. Can she go back to back?
And she could go one better here and join Leona Maguire at the top at 7 under par, and she looks as if she's got her eye in with this putter, which sometimes can misbehave for her.
Yeah, we saw it misbehave a couple of times yesterday, but she was completely unfazed, playing alongside her amateur Catherine Newton, who kept her spirits up through the second round with her chat.
Oh, it's a great putt. Wow, game on. Here we go. 7 under par.
And in all seriousness, someone like Alison Lee, who's quite quiet, who's quite reserved, might struggle a little bit with the team format. She really loves Catherine Newton, don't get me wrong, they're very good friends. However, I think she's the kind of personality that would thrive more in the individual format.
That was in a severe gale, wasn't it?
Alison Lee, her second into 10, all the way up the hill. Oh. Caught it heavy. That pin's at the back, and that was very much a Hideki Matsuyama situation of one hand off. I hate it. Oh, it's pin high.
Yeah, you know you're playing well when you hit it that far. And here she is. It's interesting talking to her post-round last night, asking what are your thoughts starting 7 back. And she asked in that typical Californian kind of sunny way, well, you know, let's just see what happens if I give myself a chance. She's given herself plenty of chances today. We know what she's capable of. 2 rounds of 61 when she won in Saudi Arabia last.
Now, maybe from there, let's have a bit of a talking to. You've got the par 5 9th to make amends. Allison finishing up nicely for her par ahead on the 10th.
Well, she probably won't know that she is now the outright leader. She'll be pleasantly surprised when she does see a leaderboard.
Yeah, and will that change things from a mental perspective? It's
probably
dangerous.
Best advised not to.
Yeah.
But, she is from Pamplona. She's done one of the mini ones. She's from a village, you know, on the outskirts, but she's never done the main one itself. I think she may well just do some spectating.
Yes, maybe save that for retirement.
Par 3 11th. This is proved, Sophie, to be a tricky hole this week.
So the pin for the first 2 days has been at the back of this green, whereas the pin today is at the front left. Everything slopes on this green from left to right and back to front. So in an ideal scenario, pin high or short right, that will give you the uphill putt. Oh, she was right off it, but clubbing was suspect there. That's a good 10-15 yards past.
I'm sure Sophie would agree the 11th has played tricky, but of course she was with Allison Lee yesterday.
Oh, I thought you wouldn't notice, so that was my best Sophie impression.
Friday finish. We love a Friday finish, don't we? Allison Lee having putting across almost the full length of this 11th green. She's done fairly well, but in fact she's...
Good drive, pulled the second shot left, but a couple of bunker shots, and now scrambling.
as is Allison Lee for her par at 11.
Yeah, a bit of a miss club, hit it long and putted down to them, but no trouble. That's huge for Alison to stay outright leader by 1.
And the confidence she is getting with her putter. I mean, all the birdies and then making a 2-putt like that. Both
on 18 from yesterday to today. Yesterday she finished in a mire of frustration.
Yes.
Today in a mire of glory.
Co-leader now, 12th tee. Really strong hole this 12th inning.
It is, yeah. It's down the hill, and then you've got the water in front. I'm just going to double check my notes of where the pin is. It's been at the front all week long, and that trend has continued. 5 on and 7 yards from the right-hand side, bringing that water into play for the players. But that's position A1 for Alison.
And she seems to have been all day long.
Yeah, I mean, she's looking so steady, isn't she? To Bronte, because it's not what you expect from there. They're thinking, let's get ready for a playoff, perhaps a birdie. Allison Lee will have designs on swooping it out, the title from under Georgia Hall's nose. Magnificent approach there.
Humble beginnings. Won the British Ladies Amateur, got her into all the majors, but could only afford to play in one of them at St Andrews. Money not a problem now for her, though.
Great effort from Allison Lee.
Yeah, confident effort. Perfect pace. Just a fraction off online, but I think she's looking pretty good, isn't she? If she can post a number, just squeeze to maybe... If she can... Alison just tidying up.
Well done.
Looking so in control of that putter today, and that is the big difference for her. She, alongside Nelly...
Well, she's certainly not out of it, Maria Hernandez. I think when she won in Slovakia, that was her first ever Ladies European Tour start, 14 years ago. Now, Alice Hewson.
Well, she was by far the best amateur in the world, Maria Hernandez. When you saw her name in an amateur tournament, you felt fear. When she turned professional, there was so much buzz around her. And when she got that early win, you were like, yeah, here we go. She's going to fly. Just hasn't quite kicked on.
That's a beautiful drive from Allison Lee, really is.
Could it be, it was nearly as good as the one yesterday, that managed to find the tiniest slither of fairway that was about 10 yards wide. It was fescue left and right, deep rough.
Yeah, the wind not quite as strong today in terms of...
It was awful this morning. It was not nice. This golf course is rain softened. That's why we have scorecards like that 66 with 9 birdies, because there are birdies to be had out there. It's why Allison Lee's been able to vault her way up to the top of the leaderboard as well. Let's see what she can do here on the 13th. The first of 2 par 5s in a run of 3 holes. Leaking it out to the right-hand side. Can it cling on?
But there for 2 on a par 5. Now, it's a long putt, but it is a putt for an eagle for the American. Has a share of the lead on 7 under.
Not just one Irish player up in the upper echelons of that leaderboard. Allison Lee alongside Georgia Hall right now at the top of the leaderboard. She won in Soto Grande in style. She won in October in Riyadh in a similar fashion. 61s equal the low tournament record on the Ladies European Tour of 29 under par. Now looking for a 3rd individual Aramco Team Series title.
It's an outside chance, no dramas.
Big opportunity now for Allison Lee. This is for eagle. Now, it's a long way away, but the American is in impervious form today. Has rolled in so many birdies. Started the day 7 back, remember? This now for eagle.
Go. Good putt.
Yeah, putt.
No eagle, but it all but guarantees another birdie. And she was ahead by 1, behind by 1. Now going to go ahead by 1 again. Started the day 7 back, let's not forget.
And from what we saw yesterday, it didn't look like she had this within her today. It's a surprise. But the putter yesterday was looking pretty wobbly, but there's no signs of any wobbles anywhere today.
But isn't it amazing that this year we've seen some incredible final. And it's coming down the stretch here at Centurion. Here is the leader.
Yeah, on the tee at the par 3 14th. 155, front pin. It's a bit of an error because you're looking at a front pin with 8 iron in your hand. You're thinking, you want to get it full, it's warm out there. And fans are enjoying this leaderboard, this drama that we've got going. You don't have just one group to choose from. We don't have everyone settling with that final group. We've got people rushing ahead to watch Allison Lee rushing ahead herself. She's seen what happened with Liz Young from a very similar position. What can she materialise from here?
Come on, that needs to go. For the first time in this round, there's work to do for Allison Lee. She has already rolled in 7 birdies on this golf course. But under a little bit of pressure there to save par on 14. It's a slender lead, just 1 shot. It is close.
Yeah, her pace putting's been so impressive. That was far from it. And as you mentioned, Henny, she may not have...
Sometimes, and you get lost in the woods, and I think being able to take that backseat, that overview of what everyone else is doing, of course, you'll see some things that feed into your vision. And it's always nice to watch 7 birdies, 7 under par rounds so far from Allison Lee. It's all just seeping into your mind of, okay, I'm seeing putts roll in, I'm seeing good things. That's all great.
Big putt, they all are significant. Kate coming down the stretch, but given the run she's been on.
Made the round look very easy up until now. Can she continue? This would be an important putt to hold to maintain her lead at 8 under par.
And just like that, we have a 3-way tie at the top now. It's kind of a prelude to Solheim Cup, isn't it? With surely a member of Team USA up against 2 from Team Europe.
14 holes played and only 4 pars on the scorecard.
The coaches in plural of Hannah Screen playing alongside Allison Lee here as she decides what club to take in the fairway of the par 5 15th. And yeah, so many players nowadays have minimum 2, more likely 3 coaches. You've got your putting coach, your long game coach, and then maybe some kind of performance coach to pull it all together.
And how about the psychologist?
Well, that's what I sort of, I think that comes under performance coach, because sometimes you have sports psychologists, but some people don't love that term, and so they're like, oh, I don't need a psychologist or a sports psychiatrist. I just want to work with a performance coach, which is all the same thing. That's what Wyndham Clark did with Julie Elliott before he won the US Open. She is a performance coach, not so much a sports psychologist. So it's different titles for a very similar thing, but Allison Lee getting super lucky there with her layup that was going awry in the long stuff, coming down, trickling down to the middle of the fairway, which it never looked like it was going to end up in from when she hit it. Yes, Allison, it is a 3. Allison Lee pitching into the 15th. Up the hill, as you can see, can't see the bottom of the flagstick. Good opportunity to make bounce back birdie.
Well, she's given herself an uphill putt.
It was steeper on the right-hand side, so that was the safer thing to do.
Allison Lee with an opportunity to jump out ahead on her own again. She has charged it past.
Yeah, that was the first mysterious putt that we've seen from Allison Lee. That is the club that she struggles with typically, but she'd looked so good with it today, you almost forgot that that was ever a difficulty for her.
I just wonder whether the fact she came up short at 4 for the Austrian today.
Big putt for Allison Lee there. That's the par putt, and it was in danger of being back-to-back of that. Let's race on, let's push on. The only par 5 that Allison Lee has left to navigate is the 18th, but here she is on the tee at 16.
Yeah, long par 4. There's a bunker in the middle of the fairway when the wind was helping was in play. And she I'm not sure is in or not, but...
Front of me, she's got 95 yards to the front. Pin today, 24 on. It's all the way back there. Still deliberating over what she wants to hit, but essentially it's coming down the hill. She's going to get a fair bit of spin on it. I think she's trying to deliberate what she can do with that lip, because you've got to catch it clean out the bunker, and with that lip being high, you don't want to catch it close either. We're looking between wedge and 9-iron. A smart thing to do here is just to club up, little three-quarter swing, make sure you get that contact.
Well, that is a wonderful shot from Allison Lee. That is top draw from the American.
That is incredible. I could have given you a list as long as my arm of all the things that could have gone ever so... Absolutely. I think I mentioned yesterday that she was one of the competitors in the Junior Daily Telegraph series out in Portugal, and that was where I first met her as a teenager, and she sent me a few messages over the years wondering what to do, which direction to go in, asking for a bit of guidance. And it's wonderful to see her out here on the Ladies European Tour thriving. With that birdie putt, got herself inside the top 15.
Now, given the tee shot, what a significant birdie 3 this could be for Allison Lee. That's a pity. The putter's just cooled down a little for her over the last 45 minutes or so.
It has, yeah, but she still has, you know, the advantage that she can post a number in the clubhouse. She can find one more birdie, get in the clubhouse at 8 under par. I'm pausing because I'm looking and calculating and deliberating. I mean, if she can eagle 18 and get to 9 under, I feel like she's got one hand on the trophy there.
The field. 17th tee. Allison Lee.
132 yards today. That's back right. Now has been excellent with an iron in hand over these past few days, Allison Lee, in particular today. 8 birdies so far in the round.
But just the one on the back 9, and a look of disappointment. Doesn't mean it's necessarily off the punting surface with Allison, but you see her playing partners are in a little tighter. For Lauren Walsh, mentioned her coach Shane there, who will be keeping an eye on things given she coaches Leona Maguire as well. Allison Lee back at 17. How about this? What an effort that is. Seen some shots from her over the last couple of holes.
Many highlights of this final round for Allison Lee.
18th tee. Now at 16, she pounded the driver down there and found that the fairway bunker that's in the middle of the fairway. There's another one, you can see it just there on the right-hand side. Will be in reach again for Allison Lee, so she needs to be down the left side of this fairway. Well, she's gone left. Not a long grass around. Didn't see that. I don't really want to guess, but I have a feeling it might be in that really long grass down the left-hand side. If so, that's a bit of a blow to Allison Lee's chances.
Yeah, she's got 17 the par 3, 18 the par 5 that has an eagle opportunity, but not for Allison Lee, whose ball everybody is hunting on. Looks like they found it.
Yeah, I was guessing that I thought it was in there, but it was. She may have found it, but can she play it?
I mean, the best case is hack out. But the thing is, even with 2 club length drop, where are you going to drop it? If she's going to drop it, it's still going to be inside that.
It's one of those, though, you can see the way she's looking at the ball. You try and play it, you can put it in even deeper.
Undoubtedly, this is not a good place to be all round. No good options.
And certainly not a time for this to happen as well. Has a share of...
She's just finished with an eagle, yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought she'd birdied 17. She had a birdie opportunity on 17. So, anyway, she finished with an eagle.
Which is where the playoff will be.
Yeah, I'm picking Hannah Burke. I'm going to say, you've got this. I'll focus on the individual. You get the win for the team.
Alison, I think, here is looking where she wants to drop it. She's certainly contemplating that.
I mean, there's nowhere to drop it. You've got 2 club lengths if you drop it. I don't see that 2 club lengths gets you out of that. That's the problem.
Wow, that's how much it's buried, isn't it? Doesn't feel that she can move it, or is she going to have a go?
Well,
she's in strong wrists.
She looks in 2 minds to me.
She said it's not going to come out.
Here comes Show. Well, she is going to play it, looks like.
I'm just worried about this thing.
Yeah.
You know? Should I just go that way? Actually?
Yeah, whatever the angle, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference whether we're here or there, right? Whatever you can get the best.
I mean, I think he's saying that because she can probably reach the green in 3.
Settle.
Oh, no.
Not from there, she can't.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Bit of pain as well, which is not what she wants.
That was the danger there, is injury of the wrist. We'll have to see how that progresses. Here's another look at how it came out. Oh, and it was that really tall, nasty, gorsey thing that caught her wrist up. Perhaps it would have been better to go forward. You can just never tell. Wasn't she playing alongside Nuria Iturios,
Yes.
who was really, she's one of the most violent...
Down this 18th hole. Is she in the bunker? That will be a result if she is. No.
And now the American playing her 3rd shot.
Just reminding people there's water right of this green as well.
She's going to punch this out, and then she's going to try and finagle her way to a par if she can. Club face is closed. She's just going to hack down on this and try and get it going left.
Hope her wrist is okay.
Good finagling as well.
Yes, thank you. Did you like that word? I don't know where it came from. The back of my brain somewhere. It felt right.
I like it.
Thank you. You'd have to think that right wrist is okay.
So Allison Lee about to play her 4th shot at a closing par 5 where we've seen 7, or should I say 8 now, eagles.
From
What a
where
game golf is, hey Henny. The front 9, Allison Lee couldn't put her foot wrong. 8 birdies so far in her final round. Share of the lead. Started the day 7 back, had the lead all by herself, and now fighting, trying to find a way to stay in contention. Amazing. In the blink of an eye, what can happen on a golf course? The worst possible time for Allison Lee.
And if she doesn't get up and down, she'll join Lauren Walsh in the clubhouse at 6 under.
Just driving that point home, aren't you? The 6 unders hanging around the clubhouse ominously. I've just got my head buried in my yardage book here. She's got about 140. She's approximately 130 to the front from where she is. Pin 9 yards on. That's her saving grace, is that this pin is in a very friendly position on a flat front left portion of the screen. She was asking for it to go, just got a little high right spinny on it. She'll have a putt for her par though, there's a chance.
Just caddying for her. We'll go back to their little girl. I'm sure is watching on TV. If so, hello Isabel.
And I'm sure Granny and Grandpa that are taking care of her. Okay, Alison. This is going to break off her left-hand side, up the hill. On the positive, she can be aggressive with this. Give it a run. Just don't leave this short.
This for the clubhouse lead for Allison Lee.
It was so close. She gave it such a fantastic run. What a brilliant try for Alison there after the disaster that was 18 up until the green. She steadied the ship heroically, gave it a good run, and she's at the magic number, 6 under par.
Oh, what a frustrating bogey though, really. The problem started with the tee shot. Out in 31. 7 birdies on the front 9, just 1 on the back 9, and you feel surely that can't be enough. 6 under par. Allison Lee joins Lauren Walsh in the clubhouse.